Brahma Bhoshosi Medaya Vikitaha Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Shanti 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 Om Vrukshasareva Kiri Vrustam Vireriva Papavitro Vajiniva Samritamasmi Dravinam Savachasam Sumedha Amrita Idrisham Kornam Vachanam Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Garbhyo Vanshashibhyo Mahbhyo Namo Gurubhya Sarvo Bhaklavarita Prajnanaganam Pratyagarto Brahmaiva Asmi Brahmaiva Asmi Shanti 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 Shruti Smriti Puranam Adayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavan Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Padarayanam Sudrabhashyakrito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Ishvaro Gururapeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavadhyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjakshagaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Mantra number first. Rutam pibantau supratasya loke. Guham pravishtav parame paradhe. Shaya tapau brahma vido vadanti. Panchagnayo ye cha trinachiketa yasse turijananam aksharam brahma yatparam abhayam titirsatam param Nachiketam Shakemahi. Nachiketam Shakemahi. The teacher is talking about the setu, means a bridge. So whenever there is a bridge, it involves something to be crossed. You are on one side and you cross over to another side, two banks. So what are the two banks here? One bank is, on that side there is dukkham, parichinnata, limitedness, sense of not at homeness. You are there as of now. And you want to cross over and reach to another bank, which is happiness, which is fullness, which is completeness. Now, to cross over, we can employ two types of setu. We can use twofold bridges. We can resort to Nachiketa Agni, Nachiketa fire, what Yamaraja talks about. is also Setu for Ijananam. Ijananam means one who performs yajna. Performers. It's a bridge for performers. Here we should know there is a provision in the Shastra that on your behalf somebody can perform. There was a class in a society called Brahmanas. They used to study the Vedas. They used to study all the rituals and perform on behalf of others. Because all of them cannot study. If they go to study and then do the job, the both things cannot work together. Like today also we hire services of a lawyer or a chartered accountant. So they file return on your behalf. They file a case on your behalf. So here also the Yajamana, Ijanana means Yajamana, not necessarily performance. The host. But the host, that's a Setu. And the only difference was, today also we hire services, but then the fees are fixed first. Then only he will take up your file or your case, whatever. Whereas traditionally they perform, and whatever is your capacity, you offer it as a dakshina. So therefore it is said that yajna is not complete unless dakshina is given. It's a part of the ritual. One has to give some dakshina to Brahmana who performs on your behalf. So that is a setu. Now that is the setu for person who performs ritual. Yajman. Performed by Brahmana on behalf of this particular Yajmana. That is a setu to cross over this dukkha, to cross over limitedness, etc. But where does it take you? It takes you to another shore of happiness and fullness, but it is relative. There is another setu he talks about, Aksharam Paramam Abhayam Brahma. That is also a setu. Brahman is setu in itself. In a sense, knowledge of Brahman is a bridge. Knowing myself to be Brahman, not simply knowledge of Brahman. Oh, I know Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. That doesn't help you to cross samsara. To own up that I am that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that knowledge is a setu. For what? Titir Shatam Param. That is a setu to cross over samsara for good. For Nachiketa Agni, he doesn't say, Yamraja, for samsara pararthe. Crossing the ocean of samsara, that's a setu. No. That setu is all right, but it's a relative setu. The freedom is relative. It is not a permanent freedom that one gains by this, by using the Nachiketa Agni. One can resort to these yajnas and reach heaven through rituals. And you can resort to the Brahma Gnanam and become free from the ocean of samsara. Cross over the ocean of samsara. So there are twofold setu. One is, that is the Desha Kala Maryada. There is a limitation of time, space, objectivity. Other shore is Paramam Brahma. There is no Maryada. Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Shunyam. You will reach a shore where you will be free from limitations caused by time, space and objectivity. So that's how he crosses two types of setus. And now this section is known for this simile of a chariot and driving a chariot. Each one of us, or every individual or human being also, is a traveler. Okay? We keep traveling. Generally, traveling happens in terms of space. You come to India from US or Canada or Japan and within India you travel. There is a spatial travel. And we travel in terms of time also. Different states, child, teenage, and then young, and then middle age, and old, etc. There is another travel, third travel, which is unique to human being. There is a travel in terms of becoming. You always want to become something or other. The problem very acutely felt by human being, only and only human being. What I am, as I am, wherever I am not happy or satisfied with myself. I want some change in myself. I want to become something is always there. At all levels, the dissatisfaction is at physio, psycho level all through. Moment he or she looks at the mirror, there is a desire, I want to become little fair. I want to have this hairstyle. If you are fair, then I want to tan the skin. Become peanut, Here they have peanuts. They roast the peanut in sand. If you go to beach and then you eat that peanut. So they roast themselves like peanut. Or to get tanned skin. I am not happy. Dissatisfied. I want to become what that I look like that. That's a becoming. Changing all this cosmetics and makeup is a becoming. Emotionally also there is a becoming. And cognitive also becoming. Possession-wise also becoming. I am somebody who has few thousand rupees or dollars, then I want to become a rich guy. What is the definition of rich? Not this much, but little more. There is always becoming process. I want to become, having become, I want improvisation in that becoming. Especially in emotional relationship. That is throughout the life. Got married, want to become husband or wife, then wants improvisation in husband. Improvisation in wife. That's a problem. He sees the improvised husband if she improves. It's a problem. And she wants to become improvised wife if he improves. That's the whole problem. That's emotional relationship. Always here we become alright. In a more modern life, for a working person, a professional person, they always want to achieve one or other position. Now I am executive, I want to become senior executive, and I want to become assistant vice president, and joint vice president, and vice president, and joint president, and main president, to go. And I am the ultimate boss in this company, then I want to be in that company. As if this is not better, something becoming goes on. I am an owner of a house. This is a typical biography of Indian in America. They buy, first they take a rental house and then they want to own the house and buy 2-bedroom house, and both of them start working and paying the installments and all that. And after some time when they are settled and the children are there, they want bigger house. 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house. They call it house. We always call it home. We don't call it house. They want to buy house, 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom. And children, one is in 5th standard, another is 3rd standard. After 7-8 years, Americans' structure, social structure in a way is good. Once the children enter university, they never come back. Yat gatva nanivartana. Once they go to university, they are in their own life. In a vast country, they take a job somewhere and then after 2-3 years, when all the children are gone, the biography takes a new turn. We want to downsize the house. And after downsizing to 2 bedroom, after some years we will go to condo. You can't maintain because both of them are old. So the American lifestyle helps you in a way because the parents are forcefully made vanaprasthis. Yes, they don't become a vanaprastha. They have to become vanaprastha. Nobody is available to you. Find your own friend and be with yourself. Vanaprastha ashram. That's in a way good. Forced to be vanaprastha. But they don't live as a vanaprastha. That is their problem. Then ultimately sannyasa. They don't want parents to upbring their children. We'll do it on our own. Anyway, that's a traveler. Always become. I have become H1 visa holder. Then I am now green card holder. Then I am now citizen. That's what become. Then my children should be citizens. Children should have this. Then a father I want to become. As an owner of the house I want to become. It goes on. Becoming. Now this travel of becoming, as per our wisdom, I don't say tradition, continues after death also. Assuming different bodies, Punarjanma is also a process of becoming. You continue. Shastra is a pramanam for Punarjanma, so we accept it. But then there is a supporting logic also. Okay? Because twofold logic in a nutshell I can tell, supporting logic that there is or has to have some rebirth. Modern physics helps us today. They say this, that not a single vastu or a particle can be destroyed for good. When you destroy a vastu, it is only conversion of energy. They started with atoms and protons and etc. Then now come particles and then energy. Destruction of a thing is nothing but conversion of energy. In other words, whatever is always remains is. Only the form changes. Suppose there is a pool of water and in summer it disappeared, but then it is in the form of vapor, in the form of cloud, in the form of rain, whatever form. In which form it remains, it is decided on the basis of the laws of physics. Whatever is will always be is. Stop. Now if I ask you, are you is or is not? You have to say, I am is. To say, I am not, you have to be there. So you exist. So your existence has to continue after in different form. What you are today will not be the same in a different form. And which form will that you will be decided not as per the laws of physics. There is a separate law of karma. It is logical. And existence cannot be reduced to non-existence. And non-existence cannot be brought into existence. It's a simple law. And so, there is rebirth. Second point, we have freedom to act, freedom over our action. Every action, as we saw, brings its result. And this particular body is not enough to exhaust those karma phalas, punya and papa. And you continue till last moment. So all these karma phalas which fructify has to come. And where will they come? Unless you have a new body. So, that is supporting logic that one has to have a new sharir. So, after death also there is becoming. What you become depends upon your karmas and your vasanas and samskaras. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Yamaraja says in this Kathopanishad. Later on he will tell the mantra. Yoni manne prapadyante sharirattvaya dehin. Sthanu manne sayyanti yatha karma, yatha shrutam. So you will get the new birth. So the process of becoming continues after death also, while living also. For an ignorant person, if you want to say his or her whole biography in one sentence, he or she led a life of becoming, full stop. Lived a life of, and what was becoming? Some milestones you can put forward. This is what he or she tried. As a child, we always wanted to grow old. I want to become teenage. Then as a teenager, I want to become young. As a youngster, I want to become independent. Becoming goes on. And in trying to become independent, committed a mistake, got married. So then whole life the struggle to be independent. The child says, Daddy, can I go out? Yes, yes. Can I go next time? I'm grown up. Yes. Can I go out without seeking your permission? Yes. Now you are 14, you can go. Oh, good. Can I go out without seeking the permission or informing mom? I have grown up. Daddy says, no, beta. I have also not grown up. You can't go. You are still young. I have also not grown that old that I can go out without asking her. So you better don't venture that. So he gave wise advice. So independent, becoming independent, always becoming. What is travel in terms of becoming? There is a imagery. How do we travel? You travel with a vehicle. And the traditional vehicle, or those days vehicle available was a chariot. So he gives an imagery of a chariot. There were no cars. There is no simile with the cars, or no two-wheelers, automobile. There was only mode of transport except the human feet. One was Vinapa travel and another was horse travel, horse and chariot travel. So that gives, look at that section now. Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi Shariram Rathamevatu Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi Manah Pragrahavan Naraha Manah Pragrahamevacha Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi Shariram Rathamevatu Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi Manah Pragrahamevacha Manah Pragrahamevacha. Together. Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi Shariram Rathamevatu Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi Manah Pragrahamevacha Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi Shariram Rathamevatu Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi Manah Pragrahamevacha. So, there is an imagery of a rasa. For what? A chariot can take you to samsara, and chariot can take you to moksha. You can look at these two words from differently. Who is a samsari? The one who is always in the process of becoming. Always want to become. Always want to change. Always want to do something. Who is muktaha? Who is free from becoming. No becoming. I will be happy if this changes takes place. I'll feel content in future that this changes takes place. I'll be satisfied if I get this and I get rid of this thing. That is a samsari. I am happy. I am satisfied as I am. That is a wise person, mukta purusha. There is nothing else to achieve. The discussion is there in the 4th chapter. In spite of physical, psychological limitations, I am content. The discovery, aham purna atmarati, atmatrupti, atmanyevacha santushta, no becoming. Or the Siddha Prajna Shloka, apuryamanam achala pratishtam, samudramapa pravishanti yadvat, tadvat kama pravishanti sarve, shashanti mapnoti na kamkami. So, that inner freedom from becoming is moksha. I am happy being what I am. I am satisfied being what I am. I am content in spite of physio-psycho problems and limitations. It doesn't affect me. This is what it is. So, that ratha can take you to moksha and ratha can take you to samsara. Samsara means further becoming. More and more becoming. Varieties of becoming. A number of things I want to achieve. There is nothing wrong in having goals. There is nothing wrong in having ambition. Please don't misunderstand. They say you should not have ambition. Why should you not? Nothing wrong in it. But you should not have greed. That is understanding. What's the difference between greed and ambition? When you try to fulfill your ambition through illegitimate means, then it is greed. Whether dharma or adharma, I want this. Proper or improper, I want this. That is greed. But then I want only through dharma. Nothing wrong in having ambition. Now, ambition for contentment or out of contentment. That's the difference. This fellow keeps on performing for gaining some self-contentment, self-satisfaction. That is ignorant guy. The wise is the one who performs out of contentment, out of fullness, out of satisfaction. When there is a discontentment, there is ahankara. When there is discontentment, I have to gain contentment. I have to achieve. It is centered on my self-satisfaction. Whereas out of fullness, he or she works to satisfy others, to give fullness to others, not for myself. Because I am already complete, I am already purna. Exactly like a doctor building a hospital, or many doctors getting together and building a polyclinic. They can build a polyclinic for that. That is, and a Swami building a hospital. He has nothing to gain out of it. It's lok sevarth, lok sangraharth. So that ratha can take you to that state or can put you in a further cycle of becoming. Stronger cycle of becoming, faster cycle of becoming. So, and that is called as Vidya and Avidya. So now, who is Atma? He says, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. May you know Atma. Here Atma means Jivatma. That individual is Rathinam. Rathinam means Ratha Swami, the master, sitting at the back seat, the owner of the chariot. Atmanam Rathinam. In other words, who is this Atma? Samsari. Who is Samsari? Who is in the process of becoming. Who always wants to achieve something, wants to be somebody. That becoming, whose fulfillment lies in becoming. Whereas a wise person is who is fulfilled in just being what they are. It's a difference. So, that becoming fellow, that samsari fellow, he is imagined to be Rathinam, Rathaswaminam, the master of the chariot. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Okay. And what is a chariot? What's a vehicle? Shariram Rathamevatu. His body, human body, is a chariot. Okay. When there is a chariot, there has to be horses. They have to have reins, and they have to have a driver, Sarthi, who will drive the chariot, who will control the horses, and the horses to be united with the Ratha. There may be horses not united with the Ratha. The Ratha will not move. Without horses, Ratha can be there. It doesn't move. But there should be horses. So he gives imagery of the horses, driver, Sarthi, rein, and master as a Ratha. What is it? Shariram Rathamevatu. This samsarinam rathinam, shariram, rathabaddha hayasthaniyahi akrusyamanatvat sharirasya. Shariram rathamevatu. Just as the chariot is pulled by the horses, it doesn't move by itself. It is made to move by the horses when they are tied to the Ratha. So the Sharira being the Ratha, it doesn't go by itself. It is pulled by the horses. What are the horses? He will tell. Indriyani hayana. The sense organs are the horses. They pull this Ratha. Passing by on the road, got some fragrance. Oh, this item is very sweet. Looks like good dabeli here. Good samosa here. Good something here. That's a horse wanting you to go there. So I'm bored. Oh, sale. Goes there. That's how this digital shopping takes place. It's very addiction. Keep doing it. More digital shopping. The offers are so tempting, you keep on pressing the button. And you become a typical US Indian middle class. That is US male. They have a garage.
Okay.
Garage is meant for car. But there is no space for car. Garage is full of all other things which are useless. And when I go, Swamiji, you take whatever you want. These are all packed boxes.
Don't open.
You have not opened at all. This vacuum cleaner in grass cutter. You please take. First, the husband will tell. Swamiji, you take whatever you want. Unused things. Garage, everything else but the car. Digital shopping.
Amazon.
It was available, cheap. I know. This is a disease, okay? I know one family. Literally, there is no space to sleep.
Why?
In bedroom also. On the bed they have things, at night they put down. Garage is full, whole house is full. And there's so much shopping freak. They take me. And before I buy, they buy. So when we come back, on dining table also there is no space. Till I go. They dump there, and then Swamiji come for breakfast. So I have to vacate the chair. In the chair they dump the thing, and then I have to buy. Then again I get it. So much of this is all body is, horses are driven. Horses drive the chariot. So this is Shariram. Therefore Shankaracharya ji writes, Ratha Baddha Hayasthaniyahi Indriyahi Akrushyamanattvat Sharira. Sharira is pulled by the horses. Okay. Who is a charioteer? Buddhim tu sarthim vidhi. Manah pragrahamevacha. Intellect is charioteer and the manah is the reins, through which the sarathi, the driver, controls the horses, controls the driving force. That is what it is. Now, why buddhi? Because, listen this, human being, this is typical for human being. Animals don't have buddhi. They can't think. Buddhi is thinking capacity. Capacity to know. Capacity to infer. This is like this. Last time it happened like this. Therefore, this particular evidence, this particular perception makes me think this will happen. Inferential capacity. Capacity of abstraction. You just comprehend things. All computer languages are abstractions. Those I don't know anything, but still coding and decoding and Java and all. Java, when they said Java, I remember that motorcycle I had. Java, because it was very popular in those days. It had a very good noise of the strokes, like that, first motorcycle. So, it's abstraction. Capacity to think in 3 dimensions is buddhi. Architect visualizing. Strategist, politician visualizing, if I do this, then this will happen, do that, that will happen. It is all because of you strategize. And you create a roadmap. And while traveling on that goal, you know the obstacles and then adversaries and the people who are useful, then keep on restructuring your plans, keep on re-engineering the plan and proceed. This is all abstraction, all buddhi. Only human being has. Animals don't have. Simple. What we call as common sense, that is also missing. Fixing common sense means simple thinking capacity. Okay? Which is there with everybody. Therefore it is called common sense. Okay? They may not use it, that is the problem. People, the right sentence in Indian language is he doesn't have a common sense. No. If you say doesn't have, then where is the common sense? If it is common sense, he should have it. He has it. Only thing is he chose not to use it. It's the right word. Right sentence would be he doesn't use common sense. Doesn't have some buddhi. Samanya buddhi na say. What a bold. Samanya buddhi is vapor. That's all the problem is. So, common sense. Look at this. We grew up seeing, especially Indians. I happen to have met and visited so many palaces and the kings have met them. So whenever you go in any palace, there is a huge picture of Rai Bahadur, Tek Bahadur, something, his ancestor who has killed a lion or a tiger or a cheetah. and the lion is lying down, and that fellow has a right foot on it, with that long boots, a very typical badge, and clothes, and with rifle, 303 rifle, right, looking at it as if he is scolding you. He killed the lion, I have to scold him. And that's a species usually killing pigs. And they have lioness king, tiger's king. The story is saying, how did he kill him? At night he sat on a tree. The king sits, so they have to create a sitting arrangement properly. So much that he can sleep. That much space they have to servants will create. There will be one or two assistants also in different branches or different tree across, because in case he attacks the same king, they will be there. And down below, he has tied a goat or a buffalo with a rope. And green grass is given. Buffalo is eating. Night lion comes. The buffalo senses lion being dead. Actually shouts, tries to run away, jumps here and there, but because of tide it cannot run away. Lion waits and pounces and eats. Before lion pounces, from top that fellow takes a shot and hits. Scene a bada ke didhu. It's a big deal. You are sitting here. That means you keep the lion by fooling him. That you tried a prey.
Yes.
Poor fellow out of hunger came there and you fooled. Like somebody is hungry and you put intoxication and empty the pocket of that person. That's cheating. But lion, though called the king of the forest, doesn't have common sense. Why this buffalo is tied here? Doesn't think. So far, I have not seen buffalo being tied and left for me to eat in this jungle. None of, like Lakshmana tells to Rama and Sita, when they said there is a deer, golden deer, Lakshmana said it must be Maya. Because we have our fathers, forefathers and teachers have never mentioned about golden deer. So if it is there, it cannot be real. Maybe some demon assuming the form. Maricham Nishchitam Mani, he tells us. I think it is Maricham. So also lion should think, none of our forefathers had this prey like this. Nobody has told us that there will be buffalo tied for you in jungle and you are lucky if you get that. Nothing. And when the lion is killed, next day it doesn't troll on the social media. One of our Broko brothers was killed. So all the guys be careful. Like this love jihad, you get those messages. Be careful, parents of the girls. But they don't get those because buddhi nasti. They don't have thinking capacity, inferential capacity, abstraction capacity, three-dimensional thinking capacity. They have some strategy, thinking how much to kill the prey. That is instinctually given. It will hide in the long grass and then it will walk and forth, legs sitting and it walk and then pounce. That's all. But no buddhi. Now, just to explain why I would like to talk about this. Our Shastra says, Suram na pipet, one should not drink liquor. One should not do intoxication. One should not have anger. All that things are there. You know why? All these, the intoxicators, and these emotions, anger, depression, etc., cloud your brain. momentarily or for whatever reason. So in during those moments, you are as good as animal. Because you don't think. Animal is instinctive. Donkey feels like braying, it will bray. Dog feels like barking, it will bark, full stop. It doesn't have any sense. To whom am I barking? Similarly, you feel like doing and you end up doing. Even gambling is forbidden because when you gamble or play, slowly buddhi, you lose your rationale. When you lose, you behave like an. Therefore they say no. Therefore they say you better master it. Anger, frustration, jealousy, hatred, depression, all these emotions, you lose yourself. Once you lose buddhi, you may be in a human form, but you are as good as any animal. Therefore, in that Gita Ji, this verse is there. Buddhi nashad rashyate. Dhyayato vishan pukha sanga sangat sanjayate kama krodha samohat smriti brahma sushati pramshad. So it goes cause effect. If this happen, this will happen. This happen, this will happen. Stops at where? Buddhi. When buddhi nasha takes place, the person perishes. Doesn't mean he dies. That what makes him human, he or she is no more momentarily. So, buddhi is very important organ, one must protect it. It should not be sullied, contaminated. At the same time, it should not be overpowered by any external intoxication or emotions, whereby momentarily you become instinctual person. People who commit heinous crimes, after some time you meet them in the saner moments, they realize, they themselves tell, I should not have done this. That's how they have given therapy. In jail, I had been to jail, not for anything. Don't look at it that. To give address to prisoners. And every year in Indian newspaper you get pictures on that Rakhi day, Raksha Bandhan day. Some women will go to jail and those prisoners will tie they will tie Rakhi. Some of them tie to a person who has murdered their husband. Then he realized that moment, that force of reaction was so much that buddhi got clouded. And then he takes upon himself the responsibility with all of money also. He promises to her, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, I'll go through, but then I'll take care of you and your family. And from there saving the helper. Buddhi nashad pranasya. Lose buddhi, you lose everything. Therefore there is a vakya, rakshata, 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 koshanam kosha, the treasure of the treasure. Please protect, protect, protect. That is everything. So, buddhim tu sarathi viddhi. Just as, mostly, or it should be, what all you do should be decided by buddhi. Buddhya nishchitya manasa sankalpya karmani karo. First you decide, then mind proceeds the plan, and then you start doing the karma. So, that buddhi is a sarthi sthaniyam, is in the form of a charioteer, is the driver who drives the result. Manah pragraham. What is manah? In Sanskrit Shastra, this internal organ, eyes, ears are external sense organs. what in English we call mind, is internal organ. That mind is as though divided in 4 categories. Buddhi, Mana, Chittam, Ahankar. Or 2 categories. Buddhi and Ahankara is one, often called Buddhi, and Manas and Chittam is another category called as Manas. Okay, so Buddhi, Ahankara, why it is one? Because Ahankara manifests only when there is Buddhi. As I said, animals don't have Buddhi, so they don't have ego. If there is a competition, highest milk yielding cow, and the owner takes the cow there, and then this is the cow which gives 18 liters, Indian engineer's cow per time, 36 liters per day. She is awarded certificate, a trophy, a garland, and okay, they have the best cow of this state or not. And having returned from that trophy, doesn't look down upon other guy. You are only 7 liters, yeah. I have 18 liters Valli. And raising a tail and standing tight, nothing. That Ahankara doesn't seem to be there. But I often tell them, the rich guy or some minister person in power may have a dog. Another guy may have a dog. But if both of them take the dog for a walk at some place, this fellow takes in a small Maruti. It's a tin box only, nothing car, just some engine has been fixed. Because it's a wise model of Bharat Gada Gadi. That UP, this is UP has this bullock carts, not bullock, but buffalo carts. You should have seen that engine, it's improvised model, nothing else. Because, and this fellow goes in a, what is this? Dog sitting in a back seat. What's it is? And a huge dog, German Shepherd dog, and this fellow has some Pomeranian or Chihuahuas. If they go for 1 week, dogs will be friends. Chihuahua will go to that bull or German Shepherd or whatever it is. But drivers will not talk to you. I am driver of this car. Ego, human being. So Buddhi includes Ahankara, a sense of individuality. Sometimes too much of insistence is also because of Buddhi. Agra. I said it, that's it. I will not tolerate, I will bulldoze everything. Yes. Manaha, Manas means seat of emotions, seat of doubts and volition. That is the reins. What are the horses? That is explained in next mantra. We will see in the next class. Purnamidam Purna Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om